Accidents. Accidents. Very few people are aware that most accidents have their origin in some simple, almost insignificant, everyday incident. An incident that may seem harmless enough in itself is sometimes the first step towards a serious road accident. This should be remembered by all road users, whether they are motorists, cyclists, or walkers. In a busy city street, a moment's indecision may be fatal, or carelessness in a quiet country lane may well lead to tragedy. Thoughtless, careless, and inconsiderate road users cause these accidents. Police patrols are constantly watching to prevent them, either by timely advice on the loudspeaker.
Be careful there. Better be safe than sorry.
By a personal, friendly chat, or by the more severe checking of the deliberate lawbreaker. Many serious injuries could so easily be avoided. Let's take a look at some of the most common causes of accidents as seen by the police patrols. Seldom do they return to their garage without some interesting story. Let's benefit from their experience. These officers will be only too pleased to give us a demonstration. They will show us some of the silly mistakes that perhaps we are all guilty of making at one time or another. Ah, that's speed in the right place. Now, on with the show. Oh, but what about the police sign? Ah, that's better. There's no danger in hurrying to the corner shop for a morning paper. But do try to resist the temptation of glancing at the headlines before crossing the street. Coal output up this month. Death rate on the roads, highest since June '46. Now, that's interesting. A baby falls from 7th-story window. Hey, look out! That was a close shave. That's right. Put your paper away. You ought to have done that in the shop. Perhaps you'll remember next time. Gossiping in the street, eh? I thought it was only ladies did that. It was time he was home for tea. Oh! Well, it might have been worse. There'll be a husband home for tea after all, but only just. I wonder if he appreciates how lucky he was. Look at those brake marks. And that second car was far too close. Now, to cross over a busy trunk road safely, you must remember to choose the right time and place. Yes, sir, it is irritating, but you're wise to step back onto the footpath. Think it would help if you stopped and looked right and left? There's your safety sign. Now, on your way. But not that way. You really must give the driver a reasonable chance to stop. There's nothing wrong in the lorry pulling up here. His lorry is close to the curb and the road's wide enough. But fate lends a hand when two friends meet. Every mother likes to have her baby admired. So, with her attention distracted, she unwittingly places dear little Johnny in a dangerous position. See the pram wheels under the lorry? That should warn an attentive driver to give a warning hoot. I wonder if he's an attentive driver. Will he see the danger? Look out! There. Too late. Poor little Johnny. Oh, what's this? Why, hello, madam. Oh, you do seem to have had a busy day with your shopping. Now, be careful how you cross. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Quickly now, there's traffic coming. Now, don't lose your head. Be quick. Pick up those parcels. The traffic won't wait for you. Isn't there a policeman to help you out of this difficulty? Really should have looked before starting to cross. Yes, I know the driver shouldn't have frightened you by sounding his horn, but... Oh, well. A lovely day and a lovely baby. But why block the pavement to look at Junior? Surely other people have a right to use the footpath. Why should other walkers have to step into the roadway because of you? Often the risk is passed to others. With his cigarettes in his pocket, our Sam walks with a purposeful step. What is his purpose? Where's he going? I wonder. Hello, here comes his bosom pal, Joe. But our Sam hasn't seen him yet, and neither has Joe seen our Sam. But he has seen Joe. Hey, Joe, hey, Sam. Lucky that driver swerved. It saved Joe. No, it's no good you fellas arguing. There was only one person to blame, and that was Joe. Halt at Major Road ahead means stop at the line indicating the junction of the two crossroads. These signs are placed at busy junctions or where it is difficult to see. They give warning of danger, and the law says they must be obeyed. Hello, here comes Joe again, and he's looking anywhere but at the sign. But he's in great danger from this fast-approaching car, and he doesn't realize it. Yes, it's easy to understand the driver being angry. It was certainly lucky for Joe that that car had... This cyclist is not only placing himself in danger, but he is also breaking the law. A foolish practice and a foolish young man. Over the humpback bridge with traffic approaching is more dangerous than it appears. He doesn't know that the driver is turning left at this road junction, leaving him wobbling in front of approaching traffic. Well, well, you have been busy. Oh, careful now. Pick 'em up. Oh, but surely you're not going to try to ride with all that lot. How can you have proper control? There, what did I tell you? You're wobbling already. Steady now, driver. Don't come any nearer. He looks ready to fall off at any second. There, now let that be a lesson to you. Many people use cars for business purposes, but all too often become so engrossed in the affairs of the day that they fail to remember their responsibilities to other road users. The cyclists think there is no danger, but look out! Driver, a glance in the mirror would have prevented this. Steady there. He may be badly hurt. Approaches to busy main roads, which are controlled by halt signs, always call for great care. I wonder if this driver is aware of the need for the utmost concentration. He will see the sign. It's plain enough, but will he obey it? Let's hope so. But he isn't stopping. Well, that's the impression he gave the other driver. Simply because he ran beyond the stop line. A pedestrian crossing is the walker's avenue of safety and should be respected by all drivers. How about this fellow? He thoughtlessly parks his car over the crossing. Young man, that's an offense against the law. Notice that he looks both ways before crossing. There he goes, safe himself, but regardless of others, young or old, who may wish to use that avenue of safety, the pedestrian's right of way which has been specially provided for them. Crossing a village street, which forms part of a trunk road, is hazardous to all, but more particularly to the young and very old. Speed limits should be strictly observed, and drivers keenly alert. It's pension day at Long Preston, and this old man is ready to return to his hamlet home. Although every step is an effort, he takes the trouble to go along to the pedestrian crossing. There, he hopes to cross in safety. This is his safety sign. It marks a safety lane. He has confidence in it. It gives him a right of way. He knows his curb drill, too. That's a really good example. But he's not moving as quickly as this car. Ooh. You deserve more than a fine for that. Not too badly hurt, I hope. But what a dirty trick by an utterly selfish driver. That type respects neither the law nor old age. Thank goodness there are not many drivers like that. Drivers should make themselves familiar with the highway code. It is an excellent guide to good road conduct. What is this driver going to do? I don't suppose that was the highway code he was reading. However, he seems quite confident, and that is a good right-hand signal. That's rather a dangerous place to stop. What, reversing into a main road? That was a near thing. Now remember, the highway code advises you to reverse into the side road. Never take anything for granted at a forked junction, even though there is a good sight line. Generally, sports cars have rapid acceleration, but it is wrong to use it as this driver is doing. Cutting across a line of traffic without a signal, forcing other drivers to give way. That was bad driving. The loading of a goods vehicle calls for more than a little care to ensure that it is not likely to cause danger to others. Sometimes drivers are tempted to carry that little bit extra, but when a van such as this is carrying a top load, it should be roped and made secure. The uneven surface of the farmyard is sufficient to shake this load. but the danger becomes greater with an increase of speed. And even a sharp change of direction is sufficient to send the load flying into the path of oncoming traffic. This could have been avoided by a little extra care. Even on a quiet, winding country lane, a clear road ahead can never be taken for granted. Before pulling out to overtake, make sure that there is nothing coming in the opposite direction. Look out, there's a car coming. You're a lucky fella to get off with a ditched car. It's your own fault. You ought to have known better than to overtake on a bend. Where two lines of traffic cross, one must give way to the other. The closing of level crossing gates is a safeguard against foolish people taking risks. This is not always appreciated by impatient drivers waiting in a line of traffic. Evidently one driver is exasperated. Now then, drivers, have a little patience, a little thought and care. Here comes the sports car. Look out, you fellows. Another driver's forcing the sports car off the road. Oh, look out! That sports car was forced off the road by that driver. He failed to give way to overtaking traffic. And so all too often, the innocent must suffer for the folly of others. Well, officers, that was really interesting. No doubt you could show us a lot more, but we must let you get back to carry on with this important work. So, cheerio, and thanks a lot.